released in 2010 with a Windows port in 2017, and finally there was a remastered version that landed on the PS4 and Xbox One in 2020. I never played the original, but the remastered version on the Xbox is pretty solid considering the actual age of the game.
Looking good.
The player controls Sam Gideon, who is an operative of DARPA, in a suit that possesses both bullet time and parkour, as well as 3 weapons that he can carry at a time. You can freely swap weapons in mission and might actually need to in some instances if you run out of ammo. There are also upgrade containers that allow you to improve the weapon's ammo and damage stats, which will be necessary later on. The game is very fast-paced, but also possesses a cover system. In most cases, standing out in the open will get Sam killed, but also cover in a lot of instances is destroyable, and there are also some enemies that can rapidly bypass cover and ground in general, requiring the player to be agile at all times. The plot here takes place in a future Earth where the populations of the planet are facing energy and resource scarcity. Sound familiar? There is a political tale here amid the near-continuous fighting that takes place primarily on the space station Providence. The station here provides Earth with its much-needed power. The game is actually relatively short, but is thoroughly action-packed. Fortunately, it does have downtime in between, so as to not fatigue the player too much with unending fighting. The breaks are usually story or plot related, usually walking down a corridor to receive some transmission or another.
The Order of the Russian Star now welcomes you to the inauguration of a new Russian state.
My order is now the only authority in Russia. In 10 hours, we exercise our newfound strength once again.
There is but one way to prevent the destruction of
New York City.
your complete and unconditional surrender.
My fellow Americans, today has been a day of great tragedy. San Francisco will never be the same, and the toll of our war has increased by countless men, women, and children. Their loss is deeply felt by every American. To those who have committed this heinous act, we say firmly, we will not negotiate with those who wish to destroy us. Our strength is unmatched, our will resolute. We will be victorious. God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America.
SCO-1 Providence is currently under the control of those responsible for the coup in Moscow. We believe the operation is being led by a Red known as Zaitsev. Oh yeah, this is Sam. DARPA sent him to come along with us. Men, we've got 8 hours to stop New York from becoming the next San Francisco. Make no mistake, we will stop that from happening.
Sam!
Your new friends don't seem too fond of you.
DARPA operatives take their orders directly from POTUS and SecDef. These guys are just interested in marking their territory.
Sam, remember why we're here.
Just listen to me. The American government has been betrayed by one of its own. You two are the only ones I can trust with this information. The Russian military is planning on using the microwave energy array to attack the U.S. As its designer, I cannot abide this misuse for such a heinous purpose. You know what must be done.
The intro cutscene is very long, and I've tried to pare it down a bit so we can get straight into the game itself, but there is important story notes present in the beginning that actually matter. Also, I'm pretty sure Command & Conquer is calling and they want their Soviet villain back.
What the hell's going on down here?
Get on board, son. We're ready for wheels up.
Hoorah! Come on, you apes! Wanna live forever?
The Russians have complete control of this place.
Get through that central gate!
We aren't gonna get through it like this.
After that insane set of cutscenes, we're just thrown into the meat grinder down here. There's a tutorial in the beginning, but it doesn't really prepare you for the massive conflict you're about to get dumped into. Right here at the very start of the game, I get the big laser cannon, and this potentially changes my entire playthrough compared to some other people I've talked to. The laser uses your suit energy, which is also what bullet time uses, and the sliding sprint as well as your health, and it also powers your melee. Because I use the laser throughout the entirety of the game, and I upgrade it fully, I end up using bullet time a lot less than I probably should have. They do a pretty incredible job here of the chaos of ships crashing and everyone fighting all over the place here at the beginning. This reminds me a little bit of the Citadel invasion section in the first Mass Effect, obviously looking considerably better.
arrivals plaza for landing bay 3 is up ahead.
We've got heavy fighting in the plaza. Bravo, move forward, but maintain cover.
Roger that.
Guess it's time for the real thing.
Your suit is performing at nominal levels, Sam.
Never had a girl say that to me before.
Right here I tried a melee, and then I remember that this uses suit energy. This is a mistake I'll make a lot, especially early on, trying to melee and then finding myself vulnerable. I'm just too conditioned from other games to not use melee up close, I guess.
A little warmer reception than I was hoping for.
You can actually just destroy these big walker robots, or you can shoot the pilot out. If you take the pilot out, you can even jump in and take control of them. They have limited ammo, but they are very strong. However, I don't know any of this right now, though. I have the shotgun here early on. I always try the shotgun in all games. This one I won't keep very long, though. It doesn't seem to pack enough of a punch, or perhaps it needed to be upgraded.
You think they're zapping something?
You're just going to have to fight through this one.
Here I figured out that you can use the walker against the enemy. As stated, it has a limited ammo, but it does a lot of damage, and will throughout the entirety of the game, if you get a hold of them.
The main gate is above you. You need to get up there and open it.
Burns, I need some backup.
Franklin, Rios, you two escort Sam. Everyone else, provide cover.
You get these little in-game cutscenes throughout. This drives the plot, such as it is, forward. If you res your fellow soldiers, they will drop ammo for you, seemingly at random. My inner support player has me always trying to do this, but down Marines have a low lifespan, unfortunately.
A heat source is coming up from within the substructure.
Need a bit more intel than that.
Data analysis complete. It's highly probable we're looking at the Russian KNRB-0 Argus robot that's been at the center of the arms control debate.
Oh, shit. I think I'm gonna need a bigger gun.
It's a monocoque design. They sacrificed armor for payload capacity, so the outer shell should have some strength issues.
Rather go all out than bother with defense. Time to hit hard and make him regret it.
I still haven't quite grasped half the mechanics in the game, but we're already at a giant robot boss battle. This quad walker isn't having my shenanigans. I don't last long on the ground near where it can just squish me like a little roach. When I respawn, I'm up top, and I can actually do some damage here, activating this giant anime missile barrage. It's a relatively simple process. Shoot the arms or legs, expose the core, shoot that, dodge the firepower in between. Oh, also, as you can clearly see, cover has a limited lifespan in most cases. Can't always rely on it. I'll eventually figure out what terrain is unbreakable and use that as a sort of line of sight cover against some of the later stuff you'll encounter. Yeah, he literally just shot me through the cover. Get used to it. Cover is a transitional thing. This isn't Gears of War. If you can actually see through the crazy action, that laser sliced and diced the Marines. It's hard to notice with everything that's going on, but the attention to detail here is wild. I do notice though that when he kills you, it doesn't slice and dice you. Sam can't be sliced and diced. I'm never a fan of these quip time events in any game. They are always annoying, and I'm also prone to failing them. You can expedite the fight if you're successful, though. I still managed to take him out, now that I've learned this particular bot's sequence required to defeat him. into this defended position. I have to move between cover, trying not to use it too long because it has a finite lifespan. This medium robot jumps in the fray and uses his chest laser to kill me through cover. Sam is in a power suit, but he's still pretty fragile regardless. He's actually kind of like a glass cannon. This green thing here I picked up is an upgrade container. You need these, and eventually I'll focus on upgrading the laser as it becomes my primary weapon for dealing with big enemies. Right now I upgraded the heavy MG, which is also really good and I will use throughout. This mini objective here has us rescuing soldiers that are captive. This is something we'll see from Sam attempting to rescue and save everyone. Meanwhile, our compatriot Burns over here seems not really give a crap about anyone. The ends justify the means type of dude.
Enemy!
Lieutenant Colonel Burns, we'll handle this.
You two, stay here.
Yes, sir!
Will you die? Come on, we're moving. Shit.
Another one of these awesome shots of the ship careening down into the space station interior while we're on the ground fighting. They've done a fantastic job of making it feel like we're in this giant war, both on the exterior of the cutscene but also here inside the station itself. This bot here waddles over and provides cover for the combat bots. If you get around behind it, its cover, it is vulnerable. Occasionally you can catch them attempting to reposition and eliminate them there too. I try out the disc launcher here in this turret, but the laser always seems like the best for these things. I don't actually use the disc launcher much, despite it kind of feeling like an unreal weapon.
Alright! Burns! Over there!
Fuck.
Wait! You're just gonna leave them out there?
Cover them from above. Lock and load.
Cover our retreating forces against a huge wave of enemies. Not sure why that gate is going to stop them, as we see them clearly jumping over those massive crates behind us, but seemingly it will.
Burns! Still got one out there!
Shut that thing!
Still held that!
Burns here once more, not really caring about one soldier, seemingly shame him into it at the end, however. Peer pressure and all that. I wipe out everything present, but the cutscene still acts like we're getting completely overrun. The soldier even tries to play the martyr here, but Sam isn't having it. And this station just looks awesome. Keep in mind, this is a game from 2010, and it's been remastered, but the art direction alone just looks phenomenal. This is one of the few quiet moments in the game, something I'm always appreciative of and wish there was more of in the majority of games. I need a break occasionally. Trepang 2 did this really well, having sections that were there for exploration and to allow the player to rest a bit from the action. Every game needs this. This tank boss rolls in the quiet period, and we completely destroy it without much difficulty. They won't all go down that easily though. This is an annoying part, at least for me. Every section you get this mission result with a bunch of stats that mostly just translate into points. The game pauses and you can mostly skip through this if you don't care, and I don't care. I wish it could be skipped entirely though. I just want to play the game. But we'll see this after each and every section in the game.
just one of you.
Mike 2 was destroyed by enemy fire, and Mike 4 had a mechanical.
Par for the course.
We have to escort the APC, which has lights for the underground tunnel we're in. I'm hesitant to say it's underground considering where we are, but it is definitely underneath the industrial city that was above us. This thing is also relatively fragile, and there are bomber units ahead that intend to blow it up. These jellyfish things will attach to the APC if they get too close and then explode, causing damage. They also almost always are accompanied by these little spider droids too. They can do a lot of damage if they get to the APC, as I've already discovered. Even blowing up nearby can cause some damage. I think I'm supposed to stay close and within the light of the APC, but considering how much damage these jellyfish do, I'm trying to catch them at the edge of my vision. Despite this, they still manage to get close enough to do damage to our boys here. This checkpoint has a lot of bots in defensive positions. There's a turret up top even, but the laser is always good. After clearing them, one of the medium bots drops in and goes berserk with melee. Right after he dies, a transport arrives with reinforcements to ensure I can't capitalize on my previous victories. The automatic save checkpoint puts us right back here at the blockade, and our APC has been magically healed up from all the previous damage it sustained. Now I know the sequence, and I'm not surprised when the reinforcements arrive. Turns out though, it isn't the only one, and they continually arrive until we set the explosives. I place the explosives, and instead of listening to Lena, I assume I'm out of range and blow myself up. Here I discovered what I probably should have been using all along. The rocket launcher eliminates these almost immediately. I guess I was using the wrong weapons to take them out before.
Shove some tungsten up this tunnel's ass!
Roger that.
This colony won't be walking straight for a while. Straight shot to the core of the colony now. Keep moving.
Wait! Your path is obstructed ahead.
There another way around?
There should be a large service lift ahead on the left. Use that to head up.
This anti-armor pistol might have become one of my favorite weapons if there was actually ammo for this thing. It drops basically everything, but the ammo is so rare that I almost never end up using it. Yeah, they have a drill robot on a space station. This thing drills up and disgorges reinforcements. Fortunately, they just finally line up for me, in this case.
Elena, isn't that Professor Candide?
Professor?
No doubt about it. Sam, you have to help him.
I know, but I'm kind of busy right now. Professor!
Sam! What the hell is that thing? I hate to try things.
That will be far enough.
Sights out! What do you want with Candide?
There is much I want from Mr. Candide.
this.
We have our first little taste of this Red Alert villain who arrives just in time to stop us from rescuing the professor. I don't know it at this time, but this is a very limited version of the endgame boss fight here. It's just to give me a little taste of his absurd movement capabilities. This fight, like in the future, requires a lot of mobility. Looks like we're going to be on a rail. Fortunately, the builders of the station realized the only good transportation for such a large structure would be a rail network. They aren't going to just let us walk onto the train, though. This area has us on a moving conveyor belt. Fighting enemies in the center, producing some semblance of a time hazard, as eventually we'll be plunged into the electrical field ahead if we take too long. Also, cover is shifting as we move. Oh, that's what that icon means. I eat a grenade here, learning what that means. The second section has walkers, turrets, and bots. I know I can blow up the walkers by this point though, at least with the lasers, so they don't last too long. Up at the top, I take one of the walkers, which shreds these medium bots with ease. In fact, it seems to shred just about everything. I guess that's why they have limited ammo, otherwise I might try to take this thing everywhere with me.
Enemy aircraft approaching at high speed. You need to get aboard now.
Grab on!
Thank you, sir.
Well done.
Be a little bit more careful next time. Got it, Elena?
Sorry.
Damn flies must be looking to get swatted. Bravo, time to recycle these tin cans.
We get some turret action here in the back of the train to eliminate the incoming bogies. We also have this incredible view of the station. There's industrial sections, parks, rivers, and what are, I assume, are commercial cities. Pretty awesome looking view from here that you won't get much of in game because of all the action. The enemy tries broadsiding us, once more showing off the station as we race along the tracks. The tracks even split, with them moving above us for a bit, and the controls can't quite seem to keep up here. This is a wild ride. The train inevitably derails, and we're caught out in the open as the enemy rushes in with transports, dropping off robots. On the sides there are enemies in the buildings, and even walkers on some of the rooftops. Transports keep coming in, doing strafing runs on us with almost nowhere to hide. I'm in the tunnel here with allies. I'm still on this transport. The turrets have been linked to me, so they fire my crosshairs. I eliminate a train full of enemies before we divert.
Well, that wasn't very much fun.
I'm increasing velocity.
Got it. I'll live that one down.
Well, at least you're alive.
Hey, not so loud. I already feel like a drum corps beating on my skull. Where do I need to go?
You're going to have to head to the airport.
I'm sure our robot friend will be happy to see me again.
Sorry, I don't see any way around it.
Then off I go.
We got these roly-poly bots. Well, they roll in and then they roll over me. We get ambushed in this room. Attempting to outmaneuver this bigger bot in this tiny room is a challenging affair. Additionally, since all my energy is going to defense, I can't use the laser, which is its primary downside, and it's a big one. I get lucky here with his back turned, and I can hit his weak point, which is something they almost never let me do. Two at once on the ground. I immediately eat around and then get stepped on, but it doesn't go well from there as I get shot, kicked, and all manner of punishment before finally getting blown up. Second run, right out of the gate, I'm keeping my distance, using the laser to slice the legs and then heavy machine gun to hit the core. This lets the energy recharge for the next leg. Every cover I take gets blown up though, so it's a mobility fight, especially since if you get too close he decides to just squish you. For the finale, I for some reason turned myself into a drill, apparently, and eliminated him that way. Sure, why not? One down, time to get the big humanoid looking one now. I discover something very important that I'll use in the future. The APC is actually an indestructible block. Not only as legitimate cover, but also as a way to just screen enemy fire. This will be helpful much later as well. This will even eat the big central laser fired at me. Some of the battle tactics in this game is just learning what places can't be destroyed in order to have a safe location to regen your shields in. We literally just punch him in the face, but obviously that doesn't kill him. Look at all this debris from the explosion. I don't look at these nearly enough, but this dude became a metal piñata.
I've just gotten a sit rep from JSOC. Intelligence indicates an MSOB team stationed on the colony are setting up a base in the central building.
Meaning there are remaining colony forces?
Communications were cut off before they were able to confirm any survivors.
Should we go and check it out?
We don't have time to be checking things out.
If there are survivors, they might have intelligence on enemy positions.
And any information on enemy locations is better than what we know right now.
Trying to convince me it's worth it, huh? Gray Fox 1-5, can you get us to that central building?
Negative, Bravo 6 actual. The central building's in the colony's center ring. We just can't get a transport ship in there.
Why not?
An installation on Grand Hill's using a directional transmitter to jam all our frequencies. Our nav systems won't work between the northern and central rings.
And find a way that doesn't use your navigation systems.
There is no other way apart from walking up to that jamming transmitter and turning it off, sir.
Fine, Gray Fox 1-5. Then what's the sit rep on enemy force strength?
Not positive on that yet, Bravo 6 actual. But I figure they've got to be dug in pretty deep by now.
Oh man, it's one of these Black Mesa style diagonal elevators. I like this game even more after this little ride. We even get a little story on the way up. I don't think this is even the only one. One rocket here seemingly takes out two walkers. This thing is just significantly better than the AP pistol, I guess, even though I'm not fond of the lock-on time. We have to climb this hill, so to speak, fighting every possible position all the way up. I use the laser in short bursts, burning out turrets and single enemies scattered on the buildings above. The game does this brilliant job of making it feel like we're in this massive war. with the Marines and the robots fighting each other. I'm not entirely sure how effective my teammates are, but they make a good show of it regardless. There are snipers up here. One nearly eliminates me in a single shot. I got to use the laser and short burst to eliminate the snipers and the turrets here. You see its travel time when firing, especially in bursts at longer range enemies. Just a great weapon overall, but as I mentioned before, my use of it probably limited the amount of bullet time I would otherwise use.
We're gonna have to breach that gate. Rueda, help us out here.
I tried hacking, but they put analog locks on it. You're going to have to blow that gate up.
We're gonna need some heavy explosives. Demo team up front. Everyone else provide fire support.
After moving this thing out of the way, we just have to cover the engineers to set charges on the gate.
Go, go, go!
Enemies closing from above!
Engage target!
This is quite the scenic location to battle incoming ships. I don't think I praised the art direction in a little bit, so I guess I'll do it here again. But this sci-fi station continues to impress despite the age of the game. Remember, this was 2010 originally, even if this is a remastered version. That bot up here is just throwing debris down the ramp to stop us, knocking over everything. This one we get to see right in the front of us. Fortunately, that central location looks like it is impervious, as a few locations are.
We don't have time for this. Fly that thing down its throat.
Okay, I'll activate the engine and have Elena handle the rest.
Gonna hurt!
Getting good at this falling out of transports thing, don't you think?
More like getting good at looking like an asshole.
Everyone is a critic. Oh great, an evil cat robot. What could possibly go wrong unleashing this thing? I put 2 rockets into this thing when it stands up, and then I get a little too overconfident, thinking I can just shoot it down out in the open. Or if these green upgrade containers here, and these are very important to upgrade your weapons, you'll need top shelf stuff for what's ahead of us.
Wonderful. Even made flying merry-go-rounds.
Welcome to take a ride.
That would be the jamming transmitter.
I just scanned it quickly. You won't be able to take that installation down with standard fire.
Shit.
Better take it down, or our reinforcements aren't coming! Bravo, aim for that red cord! Don't stop shooting till you're out of ammo!
The scale of some of these arenas are just massive. These are medium robots over here, but they look tiny from the ramp. I got rockets for these, fortunately, so they don't last very long. I discovered that this pillar is indestructible when the enemy laser fires at it. I'm starting to get decent at picking out cover that is indestructible. I'm not sure how doable this would be if we didn't have some permanent place to hide behind, though. The robot reinforcements here are the rollers. They can kill in a single shot, so I do have to play it more cautiously around them. Much like most things in the game, though, a rocket messes up their day. My own team is blocking my shots here. Sam will yell for them to get out of the way, but they don't really seem to listen all that much. One final defensive laser. I managed to take it out before the port closes all the way, just at the very last second.
The signal's no longer being jammed. Well done.
All right, let's get these troop transports on the ground and head for the central building! So much for your ride on the merry-go-round, son.
It's me.
Why did you attack? We were supposed to be cooperating.
Do you take me for a fool? Cooperation is mutual exploitation. We have merely exploited you first.
What are you saying?
I am saying that our spirit of cooperation may be a little less spirited.
It is time to move on. We will speak again after your unconditional surrender.
Damn you!
Oh no, our red alert villain is working with the US and double-crossed them? Who could have seen this coming? This guy looks like such a trustworthy individual. This area is very distinctive and different from everything else. It has a very cyberpunk or hyper-capitalism feel with the advertisements everywhere. This was some sort of mall before the invasions, although we never actually see any civilians. Clearly there were a lot of people here once upon a time. This whole section has a different vibe to it than the industrial sections we saw prior, and looks like people could have actually been here. I never really learned my lesson here. Those big lasers always go through cover, yet I'm always expecting them to be blocked. I'm always surprised by this. I think I only dodged this one because I just died to it before. Once more, I'm using lasers in short bursts to take out these entrenched enemies, and this works out surprisingly well. I get better and better at using this weapon as time goes on, even if I had to sacrifice bullet time to use it. This whole area takes a while to work through though, and clear. These sliding guys never care about cover and they can mess your whole day up. The automatic bullet time saves me here as I struggle to back up to deal with them after they just overrun our position. These drill robots that burst through this wall are new. Sure enough, they can tunnel underground and grind you up from below. They can move really fast too, and I get swiped more than once. This is another one of those enemies where cover isn't really an option, and mobility is your key to survival. I didn't actually realize you could melee the medium robots. I do some sort of jump kick to assassinate him at the end.
Super 35!
Super 35, good to know you're okay.
Thanks, Bravo 6 Actual. We shook the enemy and we're approaching your location.
Super 35, the skies are not clear. Elena, is there anywhere they can land?
There's a landing zone up ahead.
Good. Super 35, we'll rendezvous there.
Affirmative, Bravo 6.
Elena, how should we proceed?
If you cross the drawbridge and cut through the terminal, you'll end up right on top of the highway.
The drawbridge is up, and it ain't moving.
Then you're just going to have to find the manual controls on the other side.
Wheels down, Bravo 6.
Burns, have Super 35 land on the opposite bank.
Gotcha. You hear that, Super 35? Land on the other side of the bridge.
Enemy fire!
Super 35, provide air support. Land when we clear these assholes out.
Happy hunting, Bravo 6.
Just a little quick skirmish across the chasm to clear the area so we can lower the drawbridge. Once more, the anti-armor pistol is awesome, but it just doesn't have the ammo for long-term usefulness. You only can carry 3 weapons, you gotta take things that have the ammo for long-term fights. Across the bridge here in the plaza, the drill transport disgorges tons of enemies. I clear out one of them, but the other one gets its troops out. The drill tank arrives and pushes us back, and I discover the enemy has flanked us a little too late to do much about it. This time I make sure that they aren't actually flanking us before the drill tank arrives. The tank just casually rolls into the plaza, destroying everything in its path. It doesn't even stay at range, eventually coming to the cover I'm behind. This time I'm able to actually flank it and hit it from behind. You can do damage from the front, but it can eat a lot of it outside of its weak point in the rear, or the turret.
They aren't letting up, are they? Probably getting wiped out area by area.
I don't imagine Resistance getting any lighter.
They want to win just as much as we do. The hell is that thing? It's a goddamn Creon. Bigger than I thought it'd be. That thing's at least 1,000 feet tall. That was easier than expected. That big piece of work won't be.
This whole highway is collapsing. It opens up a whole shooting gallery of enemies when both sides dip inward. The highway is actually falling, and I waste too much time shooting guys before realizing I need to leave. I fall with the debris for being too slow.
Slow as it can.
This whole time the game has been trying to hand out this sniper rifle to me, and I always pick something else. There was a point I needed it upgraded. I almost don't have the ammunition required to take out every single target if I miss even one of them. This is a stealth section, and getting caught can result in death, and a very quick death at that. You do have the possibility of surviving, however. The bridge patrol here circles back around to investigate, and I have to take out the pilot. After that, I'm out of ammo and can't seemingly stop the missiles firing that eventually destroyed my monorail.
Structural integrity at 50%. Take out the enemy before they hit you.
The second time I don't allow myself to miss. I have to make every shot because I didn't upgrade this thing, so it comes with whatever base ammo is.
Enemy
Did a missile launch. You need to get rid of those searchlights.
Enemy disabled.
I do actually miss a shot on the patrol here and get tagged. Fortunately, I managed to take out the searchlights after only minimal damage. Now I'm down to a single round and there are 4 targets left. After taking out my last round, I wait until we're very close to the searchlights to allow my laser to take them out. But I run out of energy after 2, because of course I do. I divert to taking out the missiles, well, kind of anyway. Many get through before I'm able to use the laser to take out the final searchlight. The thing needs automated defenses. Don't think about the target that just vanished from their scopes all of a sudden. After that impromptu stealth section, we're at another station terminal. I make the mistake up here on the bridge taking out the turret when I should have just utilized it. Then I get overrun by those enemies. This time I decided to use the turret instead of destroying it, and I mop up the enemies on the opposite side as they're attempting to overrun my position. This works a lot better. I'm so used to destroying these things that I'd never think to use them.
Are the ambient light reflectors down?
Affirmative.
Yet another nice view of the station from the monorail, at least until the bot shows up. I think it's called a buzzard to wreak havoc. I get chopped in half, or, well, I probably should have been cut in half by the sweeping laser attack. Meanwhile, the second time he doesn't even barely get on the monorail before getting taken out. After that, the rest of the ride is quiet and peaceful as we get a view of the immense station. As always, I enjoy these quiet moments in games, and I'm glad that they are here. fight time is over. Time to assault the ship itself as it disgorges reinforcements and firepower. Grill tank comes in, forcing me behind the APC, which in the past has proved indestructible from enemy fire. I get to use the sniper rifle a bit, discovering it, like most weapons in the game, is really solid. And at least upgraded, there's enough ammo for it. Up on this bridge overlooking the battlefield, we're actually supposed to support and protect our artillery units. I don't realize this until the game tells me there's only one left. This turret does actually shred those drill tanks though. I somehow managed to keep this last one alive. I think the drill tank was like 2 inches from slicing it up before I stopped them though. We literally just walk up to this foot, I guess. I guess the ship has legs when it needs them. We have to shoot the rocketry underneath, which is what allows it to walk. The laser works well for this, as it works for everything else. Always.
That got it open. Everyone help Sam get inside that opening. I've reached the central building and will be handling the MSOB team rescue.
Yay, it's open. Way over there. Just move through this legion of enemies and gun turrets. I spend time on these turrets like this is a space shooter and I need to cripple the ship as much as possible. Then they lower down this defensive platform that's just literally full of robots to interrupt all of my work. I maybe take too much of my time with the sniper rifle, thinning out their numbers enough that I can use the laser without much disruption. Maybe it's possible that I could just move around this group, but it seems like too much firepower to just bypass. I'm too focused on battle to observe this, but the whole platform blows up and falls out after I kill everyone on it. The Creon here overheats the suit, but I charge up the stairs anyway until I see all the robots on the ramp coming down after me. What could possibly go wrong? I try to take cover here before turning around and realizing there's another platform of enemies that has been lowered down. This in addition to the robots coming down the ramp. That hole in the ship seems really far away at this point. I am forced to give ground, returning to the bridge platform, which I know is likely an indestructible piece of terrain that can screen me from the platform while I eliminate this melee bot. Sniping turrets doesn't work too well, apparently. I use this conveniently placed turret to eliminate the platform, and once more, don't watch it explode and fall away. This about clears out everything else, allowing me to access the hole in the ship. This is some sort of trash and debris grabbing robot here. It says unknown. I don't think we ever identify this either. I think this is the first one I've encountered, but we'll get to fighting these things in just a bit. Perhaps it is even the same one as it wanders off a couple of times here, not really giving us much of a fight on this leisurely rail ride. My first encounter with him for real is in this arena. Shoot him enough that garbage falls off and then he is vulnerable before reassembling. This robot is actually extremely dangerous at close quarters, as I'll discover here in a moment. There are a few enemies in this game that if they get close, they just instantly kill you. Now I know to give them space though. More of these fast moving guys that just slice and dice if they get too close to you. This area requires us to traverse a power conduit of some kind, with limited time before firing. This isn't my favorite type of obstacle, but this one is short and doesn't overstay its welcome here. There are just a few enemies scattered about before reaching the platform on the top. Hey, one of these bots actually uses the cannon backpacks finally. Been seeing these things for a while, and either they don't fire it or it gets shot down relatively fast. This one does actually get a shot off before succumbing itself.
The cannon's hooked up to this power line, right?
If you can destroy the pump source, that should reverse the polarity on the gain medium and cause a critical explosion.
Ever just have your cover obliterated? Happens more often than you would think. Somehow one of them survives this and goes berserk with melee. I've seen them crash out like this before, but not quite in this close of proximity. This is one of those rare instances that I use bullet time, as he's just too dangerous on this tiny little platform. Yet again, the game's doing some amazing stuff here in spite of its age. There's always some laser taking down a building, or even a soldier, or you know, me sometimes. This is a pretty cool entrance for this guy with all the parts and trash just falling down into the room with this little guy right after. I know well enough to stay back from him now. No more getting sliced up when he comes in to one-hit me. He does try to get close here and do that one-tap thing from before, but I'm not having any of that. Now it's a button mashing section for the first removing the barrier of the power conduit and then unplugging or ripping the thing entirely. Initially I'm under fire, but seemingly they just let me do this. The resulting explosion is why you should always use a surge protector on your equipment. Hey, remember those parks we saw in the station from basically everywhere on the station? We're actually in one of those right now. I think it's pretty awesome that we go to one of these. Having been pretty much everywhere else on the station, seems like we've been all over Providence by now. Walker comes up here and I snipe the guy out of its position and then run over to take control of it. These things are just incredible, if limited, in their firepower. I don't get to use them nearly enough. There isn't enough ammo for the drill bots that arrive for once in an area that drilling would probably actually make sense. This is a rare siege point. Elevator isn't going to arrive quickly, so we must hold against waves of enemies until it does. There's a turret in the middle here with enough ammo to eliminate some of the bots. They, however, do hide in the grass here, allowing them to creep up on us and jump over the railing. As I know from too much experience, being too near melee can end very badly for me. I don't get far enough away and my glass cannon nature gets me. It's the other diagonal elevator. We're back in Black Mesa again. I love these things, and sci-fi always needs these, even if I'm not sure on how practical it is to have a diagonal elevator. cross the bridge. Easier said than done with the number of enemies and the indirect route I'm going to have to take to accomplish that. Indeed, they just casually jog up here and eliminate me. Got a buzzard here, and I think the last time I saw one of these was on the monorail. Seems a whole lot bigger with him not just flying nearby. Yet again, the APC proves to be an indestructible piece of geometry, at least as far as weapon fire goes. Look at that beautiful city over there. I just don't spend nearly enough time sightseeing. Spider bot catches me on the stairs. There's no way I'm fighting it out here. Instead, underneath the bridge isn't much better. But at least there is some semblance of cover, even if there are bots everywhere. Taking out the spider's core activates his trap card. I have to flee to the other side of the arena because I'm too close for the humanoid robot. After hitting his head, he grabs me up. This is an easier than button mashing type of quick time. He drops me on the other side of the arena, but fortunately there's an indestructible part of the geometry over here that I use as cover. I wasn't expecting this, but the death throes of the bot is the equivalent of chest laser that instantly kills me, even though I had pretty much killed him too. Two of these cat robots who have giant axes when they aren't transformed. I use the box as cover initially, but then the second one shoots over it. I guess I can't always outplay them.
We should be able to get into the industrial complex from here.
What's a sit rep for that area?
Don't know, sir. Enemy RIs are occupying the area, and we aren't getting any actionable intel.
Then we'll just figure it out when we get there.
This is a long battle, starting with real robots and then general reinforcements culminating with a drill tank. The fights are pretty big and expansive now that I'm nearing the end, and this is no exception, even if it is enemies I'm fairly experienced with by now. The drill tank actually has these little turrets on the side, almost resembling in a way a tank from Warhammer, where there isn't just one gun. They can shred you if you get too close, but fortunately they're pretty weak if you focus fire on them. In a rare moment, I run out of heavy MG ammo. I keep this thing around because it almost never runs out, except for this one instance. I like here how the turret just looks over at me and shoots me. Managing to roll around this drill and flank it, I realize that there are actually turrets on the back, but only because of the sniper zoom. I know about the ones on either side, but this is the first time seeing ones on the rear.
The situation up ahead is hot, sir. We're gonna need to stay frosty.
What do you mean, hot?
The enemy have turned the plasma complex into a lake of fire. Could blow us all to Kingdom Come.
Yeah, any way to avoid said Kingdom Come scenario?
Praying.
Thank God I'm an atheist. Let's go!
New enemy here, Silver Surfer-esque, or perhaps a Codex from XCOM 2. Either way, my lasers bounce right off of him, as do seemingly other energy weapons. Bullets seem like the only way, at least when he is standing.
There's a large hole in the outer containment hull of the colony.
A hole? Sarah, You two got a way out of this one?
Our briefing said there were shelters below this area.
Affirmative. You should be able to close an internal barrier down there.
Okay, move out, Bravo!
I mean, I guess it had to happen eventually, right? Rupturing the hole and all that. Even if we're entering Trepane 2 levels of everything blowing up at this point. Still pretty impressive effects in spite of the edge of this game. I feel like I've been saying that a lot at this point. We're in this spherical chamber with what feels like gravity boots. There are a lot of little skirmishes here until we encounter the trash bot. This time at least I have reinforcements, so he isn't instantly gunning for me. That comes with his own problems as, you know, Burns is a big boy and he gets in the way a few times here.
What's it looking like outside?
There are still some stragglers heading for the shelter.
How much time we got left?
Not sure, but if you don't hurry, internal pressure in the colony will drop below sustainable levels.
Enough of the physics! Just shut the damn blast doors!
We can't do that. You've still got men out there.
Men who were ready to die when they signed up for this mission. You know that!
Let's not give up on them just yet. There's still time.
I don't take orders from DARPA!
This is how you do things?
Don't you get sentimental with me. How many people you think have already died for this? Failure is not an option now. It never was.
So you fail those men out there instead?
What part of Marines complete the mission did you not understand? We do what has to be done. I don't pick and choose how. You go ahead. I'll make sure our rear flank is covered. You really think this is gonna be the lifeline that drags the U.S. out of recession?
History should lend credence to that theory.
Even with the sacrifice of San Francisco?
I never planned for that to happen. But sacrifice of some sort is unavoidable.
This is not the time or the place for regrets.
The ends come before the means now.
Then I will let you handle the means.
And I will bring about the ends.
Burns kills a bunch of his own people, and we see he has other loyalties. And again, so do we, as we're under orders from DARPA. That said, he did want to sacrifice his own people throughout, so this probably isn't too surprising. I finally discovered that you can actually walk during these sequences.
Burns is taking his sweet time.
He's still in the room below you.
What the hell's he doing down there?
Hold on. Scanners are showing Burns isn't alone. Maybe he's linking up with some reinforcements.
Even though he locked everyone out?
It is rather strange.
Well, I'm gonna worry about the devils we know. The RIs from here on out aren't gonna give us a free ride.
You're right.
There's a buzzard here at the top. We need to get a turret in an adjacent room to deal with it. Problem is, the room is full of bots, some of which decide to melee, which is apparently my Achilles heel. Sure enough, the turret actually shreds a buzzard, even if it takes most of the ammo. Fortunately, there's a second one here for the reinforcements. This drill bot just comes straight into the room, which I assumed was safe, but clearly was not. Although he could literally come through the wall into this room, this particular table seems too much for him.
This'll come in handy. Not what I was after, but it'll do. This is gonna be fun. This'll come in handy.
Cross the bridge under the peril of the giant lasers. For once I have to destroy their power supplies, as they are too armored to just shoot with my giant laser. This bot casually walks up to take a swipe at me before transforming. I have an EMP grenade to stun him though, so we don't have to fight this critter bot inside the tiny hallway though. Enemies pour in from our rear, immediately following the destruction of the lasers. Some walkers, and then the rolling bots. I dispatch these easily enough, and then some medium bots run up, but their backpacks are seemingly vulnerable to sniper rifle fire. Can't believe I didn't use this thing until I was forced to via the stealth section. The sniper rifle is very powerful.
You know this part of the colony, Grussi?
Yeah, but I have no idea what it's like now.
Better than nothing. Elena, do you have any idea on force strength?
Sam, the electromagnetic interference is building up. I'm not sure how much longer I can provide op support.
Not a good time to be saying that.
I'll do what I can to keep you apprised.
I'm counting on it.
There's another crystal viper in this room. I wonder if we should be killing it here, considering how the last one blew up the reactor and ripped a hole in the station. No one seems to consider that possibility here though. He harmlessly explodes this time.
The control room is up ahead.
Elena, what happened to the map?
Interference is too heavy. I can't transmit the data.
Sam, where are you?
In front of the control room. Where the hell are you?
I got myself into a little ambush.
You too? I'm sending the rest of the Marines your way.
Works for me.
Grossi, take the rest of these men and go back up Burns.
Wait, you're gonna go forward on your own?
I'll handle it. Your CO is in the shit. Go fish him out, now.
Hoorah!
Professor Candide!
Sam, where are the Marines?
I'm alone, Frank.
Stay back! I've told you we can't trust the Commander-in-Chief. Why are you working with the military?
Frank.
Thank God. I stopped it in time.
Burns! Why?
Sorry, Sam. This fight is for the men going home in pine boxes now. I'm changing the microwave's target to Moscow.
Why would the President order this?
Consider it a kind of economic stimulus package.
What? War is not economic stimulus. San Francisco is gone now.
That was for the good of all Americans.
The target can't be reset with this panel, Burns.
You think I don't know that? Besides, I was gonna retarget this thing the old-fashioned way. Manually.
And you expect me to just stand by and watch?
Well, well. You're on a battlefield now, Sammy boy. Let's see you fight for what you believe in.
Burns inevitably betrays us here, and he even has upgrades. We're close to the end, but this isn't actually our end boss, even though it feels like it right about now. He backs up, drawing us out, and we must follow. Burns tries to escape on a transport, and I pursue with a short little sequence of us trading fire. We arrive at another platform, and once more trade fire. He's still falling back, and I make sure to eliminate his reinforcements so I don't get ripped up when he forces me out of cover. Although I trade shots on the exterior, once I enter this room the door closes. Here he flanks my position, but fortunately I've already taken out his reinforcements. He fires his robotic arm at me and I throw that off. Burns has a few tricks he's never used before. Not sure how, but I actually win this fight on the first go. And this is a pretty rough battle.
Wonderful. Burns! Burns! You gotta stay still! You win, Sam. Now get out of here! No! We leave together! Get out of here! That's an order! Yes, sir. My men are dead. I belong with them.
Thank you for dispatching one of my many nuisances.
Are you kidding me? Nothing better than a smoke to remind you you're alive. Just won't let me finish this one in peace, will ya?
A dead man's last cigar. Take your time.
I'd rather hear something other than bullshit from you.
You want truth, comrade? Here is glimpse. Madam Winters backed our takeover of Russia.
The president was behind your coup?
She promised to support our sovereign government.
I said no bullshit.
To Winters, war was necessary to regain economic footing and reassert world hegemony. What more suitable target than us?
So she used you as a pretext for war?
We had no choice but to proclaim war before we were attacked ourselves.
I can't condone Winters trying to attack Moscow, but you have no right to declare war with a weapon of mass destruction.
The betrayed have a right to retribution. You cannot deny this.
The US president is corrupt? Well, so much for this being escapism. Here's our final boss fight. These two guys. I'm now thinking maybe the sniper rifle was a bad idea for this particular fight, considering how fast both of these guys are. When you focus on one, the other backs them up, and so on. I don't last particularly long here in this first round. I've got to stay mobile here. I can't be as mobile as them in their flying suits, so I'll just have to try to keep repositioning and taking shots when I can. I get a lot of shots on the blue initially, seemingly being in a place the red can't initially target, or perhaps I just got lucky. I want to knock one of them out, get him out of the way so I have to deal with one red alert bad guy, but they won't seemingly let me do that. They keep moving away and the other moves in to prevent me from slowly eliminating one of them.
God damn it! Move!
Trying to target this thing takes quite a bit of doing on my part, as you can see here.
Two down.
Elena, this is a slave unit.
He must have been operating them remotely.
Yeah, controlling both of them at the same time. He stuffed him with tactical nukes.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Sidestep. Your bombs are gonna knock the colony out of orbit.
You cannot be foolish enough to think I would let it fall back into American hands.
Damn it.
I would be more worried about my own whereabouts if I were you.
Seeing as how you are actually there.
I'd rather be dead than a slave. Elena, I'm on my way.
There are escape pods above you. Get in one of those.
Sounds good.
Don't go making funeral arrangements just yet.
Sam, you're alive. Are you hurt?
Here we go. Elena!
I'm sorry about the professor, Sam.
So am I. You know, I'm not that different from Burns. We both sacrificed others to uphold our own ideals.
But Sam, you saved so many more than that.
Mission accomplished.
Our ascent to power is complete. On to the next phase.
This is the end of my presidency.
Really solid gameplay, lots of action, but with some quiet moments in between. The station had a lot of personality, and I'm sad to see it completely destroyed. I figured we would find some way to circumvent its destruction. Seemingly, the Red Alert villain also gets away, perhaps in a sequel that never was, where we battle on Earth. I can pretty safely say I missed out not having played the original or even the Windows port. The sci-fi theme in the station would probably blown me away back in the day if I had stumbled upon this game back in those days. As always, thanks for watching, and stay safe during these dark days.